Assalamu alaikum and a very, very, very warm welcome to all the audience out there listening to the CxO Global Forums show, the CxO show. और चूंकि आज इंटरनेशनल वुमेंस डे है एंड द थीम ऑफ द डे इज इंस्पायर इंक्लूजन और इंस्पायर्ड इंक्लूजन के साथ द थीम इज दिस सिंबल दिल बड़ा कीजिए हर एक को आगे बढ़ने का मौका दीजिए तो दैट इज द लोगो यूज कर रहे हैं और बात कर रहे हैं बिफोर आई इनवाइट माय लवली लवली ब्यूटीफुल गॉर्जियस पैनलिस्ट मैं आप लोग के साथ एक बड़ा ही ज़बरदस्त रिसर्च शेयर करना चाहती हूँ विच आई केम अक्रॉस लास्ट 10 days बैक सो इंस्पायर इंक्लूजन है तो एक एकेडेमिया के हमारे दोस्त हैं जिन दो अदद ख़वातीन हैं देयर नेम इज़ आयशा बानो and Sadia Nadeem. One is from Far School of Management and the other one is from the National University of Computers and Emerging Sciences, NUST, Islamabad. So उन्होंने research किया on examining women leaders identity conflict in a low gender egalitarian culture, a study of female corporate sector leaders in Pakistan. तो उसका इन्होंने 30 ख़वातीन जो leaders हैं उनको रिसर्च किया उनका इंटरव्यू किया और उसके जो क्रक्स ऑफ दैट एंटायर रिसर्च था कि उसके अंदर जितनी भी सक्सेसफुल प्रोफेशनल वुमेन्स हैं दे आर ऑफन you know facilitated by the male members of whether the society जो सोसाइटी के जितने भी मेल मेंबर्स हैं जिसमें उनके फादर्स हैं उनके ब्रदर्स हैं उनके हस्बैंड्स हैं उनके कम्युनिटी के दोस्त हैं जो भी उनके हैं एंड ऑफ द डे उनके पीछे बैकअप सपोर्ट उनके मेल हजरात कर रहा है वेट बी अ कॉर्पोरेट प्लेस वेट बी होम एवरीवेयर फिर उसके बाद इस 2021 में उन्होंने ये रिसर्च की थी और उसकी इम्प्लीमेंटेशन उन्होंने एक DEI टूल किट बनाई है उन्होंने और उसका 2022 के अंदर उन्होंने ये तमाम चीज़ें की तो मैं ये वीडियो आप लोग के साथ शेयर कर रही हूँ जो इन्होंने बनाया है और जिसमें बताते हैं कि कैसे ये तमाम चीज़ें हो रही हैं आई एम गोइंग टू टेक दिस ऑन द स्टेज Okay, wonderful. The video is now on. I'll screen और सबसे पहले मेरे साथ है समन जहांगीर एंड शी हैपेंस टू बी an architect और समन बहुत ही I mean we met 3 days back and she gave me this option के मैंने उनसे request की and she's here with us she's going to introduce herself and also let us know something about what she thinks add to the stage. We have with us Saman Jahangir. Assalamu alaikum, Saman.
वालेकुम अस्सलाम नौरीन Thank you for having me here. I am, as you know, I'll tell the rest of the people joining in. I am an architect and I graduated in 2006 from Indus Valley, Karachi, and it has been 18 years since I'm working. So currently, I'm working as the senior design manager at Red Architecture, and that's about it.
लवली, मुझे आपने अपना एक्सपीरियंस शेयर करना है कि challenges with respect to the environment, और चूंकि you are practicing, जो practice करने में कोई परेशानी, कोई प्रॉब्लम तो नहीं आपको फोर्सी कर रही हो, और अगर कर रहे हो तो आप कैसे उसको amicably solve कर रहे हो, that I would want you to shed light on.
So in the field of architecture, I would like to highlight this very alarming thing. Firstly, is that in if you've seen all the universities of Pakistan, you would see there's a higher percentage of girls, much higher than the boys. So in urban areas, the
Hmm.
universities have a lower rate, but in Karachi, Lahore, Islamabad, you would see 80% of the students are female students in architecture and 20% male. And but
Hmm.
when you come to practice, then you would see it completely opposite. The practicing girls would you would see would be 20%, and then there would be 80% male architects. Then the rest of the female architects,
Okay.
they choose to go to teaching. Then in the teaching field, you would see 70% female architects teaching at universities, and then 30% would be male. So this always bothers me a lot because when you see in the universities, girls are very hardworking and high achievers also, but eventually they don't get to practice the field, and this is
Hmm.
very depressing for a lot of women, because when you very passionately follow some a field, you would want to show your worth in the field actually.
But
But
hmm.
and for that, I would say कि, like you always say कि behind every successful man there's a woman. The same goes to all the women also. So if I would say कि if I wouldn't have my father and my brother's support, I wouldn't have been able to study. I lived in Quetta and I went for my studies to Karachi. So I had their support, their trust. So that helped me achieve my studies. Then again, in the field, when I am here, I would say that if I don't have the support of,
Thank you very much.
can you hear me?
Yeah, yeah, go ahead.
So if we don't have the like I was saying, if I don't have the support of my husband and my kids, then I wouldn't be able to practice. So the only problem I see in our field is the timings and the workability, the environment in our field is very difficult for all the ladies to follow, especially when they get married and in the early years of motherhood. You need flexible timings, you would need people's support आपके वर्क प्लेस में, आपके घर से, आपकी इन लॉज की तरफ से. Everybody needs to be there for you. Only then you will be able to achieve your goals. uh, the support that I see is missing in the field is there are no babysitting options available. Agar you have that in the field,
Hmm.
so a lot of girls will be comfortably working. I would also say if any of the girls are listening, जो कि are early mothers, we always feel very guilty of being a mother when you are working, because you are trying to always trying to cope up
Yeah.
with the pace of everybody else who does not have this handicap. I would call it a handicap for them. They see it as a handicap. She will not be able to give more time to the office. She will have these masle, bacha bimar hai, I need to take an off. So all of these things we do shy away, and we say we think it we feel guilty कि ये चीज़ें जो है ना highlight ना हो, किसी को पता ना चले आज बच्चा बीमार है, मुझे जल्दी जाना है. So all of these things will, अगर हमारी फील्ड वाले, अगर हमारे आसपास हमारे ऑफिसेज वाले, एवरीबडी विल एक्सेप्ट इट एज अ रियलिटी. इट इज़ नथिंग बैड. यू शुड, आई वुड से, you should, all the girls should also not shy away from it. Own it. You are the mother, you're supporting it. You if anybody else in your family, in the society,
Yes,
is not helping you being the mother, then you should always remember that you are the more stronger one here. So have that confidence in you.
very
And
nice and very well said. I am I'm so pleased, someone, that you said it. This is what I've been practicing. और मेरा जब बच्चा हुआ तो मैंने उसको हर जगह पे मैं लेके गई हूँ, एंड माय मेल कॉलीग्स, माय मेल बिजनेस कम्युनिटी मेंबर्स, दे हैव एक्सेप्टेड दिस वेरी फैक्ट दैट ही इज जस्ट मी. और
बिल्कुल
काफ़ी अच्छा, क्योंकि हमें ओन करना है. दिस इज़ अ मैटर ऑफ ग्रेट प्रिविलेज, ऑनर, प्राइड दैट वी आर मदर्स. तो ये बहुत बड़ी
बिल्कुल
बात है, क्योंकि आपको पता है कि माँ के पैरों के नीचे जन्नत है. So I'll take a short break from you, and then I'll invite another guest. Dr. Areej Niazi is with us, and she happens to be associated with Akbar Niazi Hospital. And we have been meeting. Brother is the connection. Yasir Niazi was my client from the bank, and he introduced me to Dr. Areej Niazi. Areej, Assalamu alaikum and welcome to the show.
Walaikum Assalam. Thank you so much for having me. And I think that proves your point. Hey, men, brothers, fathers, they support us and that encourage us. That's how we move forward in our fields and confidently so as well. Ji.
Absolutely, absolutely. आपका stance, क्योंकि you are running, such a big hospital, or running that big a hospital, जिसमें कुछ मेल हजरात भी होते हैं मेंबर, और फीमेल्स भी होती हैं इसके अंदर. तो आप क्या challenges face कर रही हो, या कर रही हो, या नहीं कर रही हो, ये थोड़ा सा हमें बताएं.
Acha, I'd like to say, Naureen, that I'm probably one of the lucky few who've been very lucky and privileged. I had a lot of support, male support and females as well. I mean, my parents, my family, even the people I worked with, amazing. So I would consider myself the very small percentage jinke liye easy hota hai. But there's a lot of girls out there jinke liye nahi hai. Doctors like Saman said, we see the same pattern in doctors as well. We've got a medical college associated with us, got 100 seats, which almost 60 of them are females. And they're the high achievers, the high merits, they're all the females. But by the 5th year, they're married off in their house job, they have a child, and they don't practice any further. So we lose 50% of our workforce. Like there was this article some years ago, Doctor Brides of Pakistan. I mean, it was raised internationally that this is happening in Pakistan. So this is one aspect of it. I'm in management. I chose a different route, not practicing. I'm the only female when I go to conferences, when I attend meetings. I'm the only female. There's that stigma attached that females cannot handle the stress. They're emotional. Handle with care kind of thing, and if I'm going to be yelling at somebody, so I'm emotional. If the male counterpart will do it, he's assertive, so these are stereotypes that unfortunately I face as well sometimes daily. So we need to change that, and I think we need to start ourselves as females. We need to change our attitude, the way we handle things, and that's about it. Yeah.
That's lovely. Awesome. बहुत ही are very well articulated जो आपने बात कही, because I also being the only woman in the industry that I'm working in, that is the HVAC industry. और जिस कम्युनिटी, चूँकि हमें इंक्लूजन की जब हम बात करते हैं तो हमें अपने आप को भी उस लेवल पे लाने की बहुत ज़्यादा ज़रूरत है. जहाँ पे हमारे मेल members are pushed or forced or you could say compelled to take ownership of us, and they say कि, oh come on, now let's help this woman out there, because this is how how resilient one has to be. Areej, अब मैं आपसे pick लेके I'm taking another panelist with me on the stage. Yeah, Faryal, बोलो Areej, बोलो.
Sorry, I just wanted to say I was
something?
watching a few. Yeah, I was watching a few talks, inspirational talks for women given by men, unfortunately. Usme they said when you step out of the house,
Very interesting.
you need to become a man, and I think that's a very wrong concept. We don't need to become like men. We need to be women, and that's what we bring to the table. You know, that as women are thinking our way of, and no, I don't need to dress like a man, I don't need to talk like a man, I need to be a female, and I need to bring that to the table, and that's what's going to bring the diversity to the team as well. So I just wanted to add that as well.
Absolutely. Very, very well said. Thank you so very much. I'm taking Faryal Asif on stage. She's joining us from Karachi, and Faryal happens to be an travel enthusiast and educationist, lot more. Faryal, apna input dijiyega, please.
Assalamu alaikum and a happy Women's Day to all of you that are watching, and all of you who are already here. It is so good to know that someone is engaged in different activities, and Dr. Areej as well. And thank you, Naureen, for having me. Uh, I'm here from Karachi. I'm an educational psychologist. Just got done with my school day today. Got home, looking forward to another event. There is hustle bustle because of Women's Day as well. There's hustle bustle because of Ramzan coming up. So everything is going really good, and I'm glad to be here.
मैम अपना फरियाल अपना कोई challenges बताइए, जिस इंडस्ट्री में आप हैं वहाँ तो ज़्यादातर ख़वातीन ही हैं, तो उसमें कोई challenge पेश आता है आपको?
So basically, in terms of inclusion, when we talk about, so basically, when I worked with an organization, it's called Special Olympics Pakistan. It's more about the challenges that people around me as female had to face in terms of inclusion and diversity, specifically when it is related to any kind of different label individual, somebody from transgender community, the issues they have, especially in workforce areas, the issue they have to face, which is relevant to mental health and emotional health. So there are certain things where I need to be there to support them and understand where they are coming from. It gets a little difficult because certain people don't have that kind of acceptance, and they don't have that kind of appreciation. However, Alhamdulillah, as someone was saying, I've always been supported by my family to flourish, to grow, to work for different causes in terms of inclusion and diversity more specifically. For me, I went to a convent school, all girls. I went to a girls' college, and by the time I was in my university, it was a new world for me. However, I was in a co-ed when I was in my primary school, but the decorum, the discipline I had to carry forward from those school and college, and then transit into a university life, which was a little different for me, was amazing experience. But I thought, and I found myself to be more disciplined in terms of taking care of yourself, because that is what we have been taught in the school. Apart from that, I think the field
Very
I
nice.
chose was one of the decisions I took on my own, because there's always option to go in different fields. But I think it is very important that as as people that can create a ripple reaction in any system or any field, females are better agents and advocate in terms of inclusion and diversity. So that is somewhere somehow I
कोई
felt
challenge
that.
नहीं, कोई challenge नहीं face कर रही market में. Everybody is very very happy and lovey dovey with you.
So basically, I think one of the biggest challenge I faced last year was when you're currently continuously working and then you're suddenly out of job, because there comes a lot of comes a lot of disruption because of COVID. डाउनसाइजिंग होती है, फेवरिज्म होता है, बहुत सी ऐसी चीजें होती हैं जहाँ पे यू पर्टिकुलरली फेस अ चैलेंज एज एन इंडिविजुअल वेयर you find that आपकी कोई गलती नहीं है but you are being blamed or you are being hold responsible for that kind of particular action which affects your health, which affects your mental health and emotional health.
ठीक है.
And me not working for a longer duration than half of the year was a struggle because at one point it started getting to me. It started to getting to my mental health, taking me towards a little bit of depression. And being a psychologist, you sometimes you ignore the triggers being a human, but being a psychologist, when you understand those triggers and issues, then you understand that it is always good enough to seek help. It's good enough to get back into your pace. And that
Yeah.
is where, when I started traveling within Pakistan, and then that is where I tried to explore all of my options and do networking events, workshops, training on my own until and unless you don't have any other work to do. So that was one challenge I faced, and that was based on different circumstances.
Okay, wonderful. Thank you very, very much, Faryal. अब मैं अपनी नेक्स्ट स्पीकर ले रही हूँ सुमैया आमरा. She is a faculty at ZABIST University, and we also happen हम वैसे मिलते रहते हैं, तो मैंने उनसे कहा कि she is very एंटरप्राइजिंग, क्योंकि वो बहुत सारी बच्चियों को अपने परों में अम्ब्रेला में लेके जो है ना वो फिर जाती हैं बहुत सारी जगहों पे. शी इज टेकिंग दैट पेन. तो सुमैया, वेलकम टू द शो जी.
Thank you so very much. Happy Women's Day to all of us and all of you as well. Huh?
थैंक यू.
Including myself. I was just in an event as well. We were actually celebrating Women's Day for the refugee girls from Afghanistan. They were here at
वेरी
our
नाइस,
campus at the moment.
वेरी इंटरेस्टिंग.
Yes, yes. So, shall I start it
चलो,
on my own?
या प्लीज गो अहेड. मैंने इसीलिए आपको स्टेज दिया है कि गो अहेड.
Okay. Okay. See, like reflecting on my journey, like I realized that the challenges that I faced while pursuing my education and a career, they were not fully understood or
Yeah.
appreciated in that very moment. But now, after like so many years, as I continue to like navigate through this process, now I understand and better able to see how this journey took me here. So there were certain challenges, like being
Yeah.
a mother at 19, and then pursuing my higher education after three children. And I faced numerous challenges, like number one, balancing motherhood and education. Um, you know,
Yes.
Juggling the responsibilities of motherhood with academic pursuits, and it was very challenging. And finding time for studies, like attending classes, completing the assignments, feeding the babies, and one more thing, despite the fact that my in-laws were and have always been helpful, but still, just 19, going through the pregnancy, going through your studies, your career, understanding your husband, and like living in the middle of so many people who are just out of I mean, one fine morning, which you just wake up among so many strangers, I would say at that time. So that it was very difficult. Secondly, the social pressures. To be honest, like society's expectations,
Yeah.
judgments regarding your motherly responsibilities, or obviously, secondly, mothers pursuing education. That can be daunting. And then, facing criticism or like skepticism from your peers, again, family members or even strangers about my choices, about my capabilities as a mother and as a student, added an additional layer of like stress and pressure on me, which I might not be having today, or maybe I'm used to that thing now, but I went through this. Then, despite my
Very nice.
academic achievements, navigating my career advancement opportunities, like while balancing motherhood, my family responsibilities, that was very challenging. Finding flexible work arrangements, advocating for opportunities for like professional growth, it was difficult, competitive, and I had to give up on many. I still remember on many points where I was I was thinking like this is where I have to put my kids before, this is where I have to put my husband before, this is where I have to put my studies before, this is what I have to do, this is what I not have to do. I mean, when I used to look at people around me, the women especially who were unmarried or like who were at a certain age, I mean, either they were single, I mean, looking at them, the way they used to take decisions affected how I was taking my decisions. It was very challenging. Then again, overcoming self-doubt, you know imposter syndrome, it has been an ongoing challenge, balancing the demands again
Yeah.
of motherhood and academia while striving for success in my career. So but
लेकिन
at the moment,
हाँ, ये सारी चीजें सुनिए, you cater to all these requirements, you all these challenges very fruitfully, माशाल्लाह से. और आज जो आप इतने सारे बच्चियों की रोल मॉडल हो, मतलब यू आर इंटरेक्टिंग विद द कम्युनिटी एट लार्ज, तो उसके अंदर ये सफर अच्छा रहा ना. It was a blessing
yes,
in
I feel
disguise,
proud
a
of,
great learning
yes,
experience.
I
Painful
feel
though.
proud of myself as well at the moment, to be honest. I mean, I feel proud of
Very
myself
nice.
how I
इसके लिए तो क्लैप होनी चाहिए.
clap for myself as well.
Yeah, of course. We need to cheer ourselves first. सबसे important and चीज़ है ये.
Thank you so much.
I like the smile
Resilience,
on your face.
determination, and strength, actually, and your parents' prayers, everything contributes.
Yeah,
And
it is.
Alhamdulillah, now
So
now I believe that Alhamdulillah, my children
very,
have grown
very
up. I've also achieved what I wanted. Alhamdulillah.
end of the day, my professor used to say, पुरानी बात है, सर से मैं पूछती थी कि वो है ना बैंकिंग करने का शौक था, तो आई ऑप्टेड फॉर अ बैंकिंग पोजीशन. और सम ऑफ माय क्लास फेलोज, दे जम्प्ड सो हाई, और एट अ वेरी यंग एज दे वर ड्रॉइंग हाई लेवल ऑफ सैलरीज. तो मैं चूंकि करियर फोकस थी, तो मैं लर्निंग पे ज़्यादा वर्क करी थी. जब हम बैठते थे किसी भी चाय पे, या तो दे वुड आस्क के हाउ मच आर यू ड्राइंग एंड ब्ला ब्ला, तो वो बड़ा डिस्करेजिंग होता था कि है ना, ये लोग इतनी जल्दी यहाँ पहुँच गए और दे आर डूइंग दिस. तो मेरे प्रोफेसर सर अखलाक जो है ना, इज बीन अ ग्रेट मेंटोर सिंस 2000 एंड नाउ इट्स 2024, तो 24 साल हो गए सर के साथ. आज भी ही इज जस्ट अ कॉल अवे. तो सर को मैंने जब पूछा, तो उन्होंने कहा कि आपका मोटिवेशन लेवल और उनका मोटिवेशन लेवल आफ्टर सब लोग जब 20 साल बाद मिलोगे ना, तो एवरीबडी विल बी एट द सेम लेवल, बट द मोटिवेशन लेवल्स विल बी वेरी डिफरेंट. क्योंकि जब आप सीखे बगैर अपनी प्राइस डिमांड करके और हाई प्राइस हो जाते हैं मार्केट में, तो आपको ग्रोथ के चांसेस आपके रुक जाते हैं. और जब आप बेबी स्टेप्स लेते हैं, तो आपका जो ग्रोथ पैटर्न है और आपकी जो मोटिवेशन है वो बहुत हाई होती है. सो दैट ही टॉट मी, और वो मैंने उस दिन से संभाल के रखा हुआ है. अभी भी पीपल डू कमेंट कि इतनी सारी चीजें करने की क्या जरूरत है. वी बीइंग वुमेन, अल्लाह ने हमें कितना खूबसूरत तरीके से बनाया है कि हम लोग मल्टीटास्किंग कर सकते हैं. दैट्स द ब्यूटी ऑफ अल्लाह क्रिएशन, जो कि खातून अल्लाह औरत की शक्ल में हमें दिया है. हम लोग इतनी सारी चीजें, इतने सारे रोल्स एक साथ करते हैं, एंड स्टिल वी आर स्माइलिंग. वी आर प्रेशर in our house, but we are smiling, dealing with all the hustle bustle of the market, और उसको हम amicably solve करते हैं. और फिर अल्लाह की तरफ से एक support system मैंने देखा है कि automatically बन जाता है. With this, I would like to invite Saboohi on the screen. अगर Saboohi works with Al Shaor Foundation, and she's an entrepreneur herself. अब सबूही की अगर पिक्चर हमें नजर आ जाए. जी सबूही, वेलकम टू द शो.
Thank you so much. Assalamu alaikum, everyone, and happy Women's Day to all of us.
So
Am I audible?
glad to see you, Saboohi.
Similarly,
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
glad.
you are audible.
Oh, thank you. Glad to see all smiling faces. And when everybody was talking, I was thinking it's my story. We're all facing the similar challenges, similar
Yeah.
strengths. We are having these similar strengths. Like our last speaker was telling about her 19 years age of marriage, the same kind of story I was passing through. I was 19, I got married, then three girls. Then, bringing up these girls at teenager stage, it was very difficult at that time. Continuing the studies along with children, helping out my family, listening to my in-laws and near dear family members. And the first thing which I was, listening from all of the society, औरत की कमाई में बरकत नहीं होती. It was all the time, we had these conversations from other
जी.
people. So then we have so many examples. Our Sahabiyas,
अच्छा,
Hazrat
इसमें एक
Khadija.
सबूही थोड़ा-सा मैं, हाँ, I was about to quote Hazrat Khadija रज़ियल्लाहु अन्हा. She
Exactly.
was a very, very successful woman.
Exactly. Hazrat Zainab was, she was doing these great things. Hazrat Aisha was busy in all these things. So how our society can say that औरत की कमाई में बरकत नहीं होती, तुम जितना मर्जी कर लो. But these all were challenges. My first job when I started at 2003, I was working in an organization. I was coming back from organization from 9 to 5, then going to another nurse for keeping my studies on, and then coming back, and then I was studying at Allama Iqbal Open University. So in the night I was preparing the assignments along with my three girls. These were very little at that time. Now alhamdulillah I have a granddaughter and a grandson, and now I'm looking at past.
माशाल्लाह.
So these times, just like these are sparkling like stars. I'm enjoying those moments, because कहते हैं ना कि आपने हंस के भी करना है, रो के भी करना है, तो फिर मैं कहती हूँ कि हंस के क्यों ना जिंदगी गुजार ली जाए. तो yes, women are very resilient. We have resilience in ourselves, because कोई भी time आता
I
है.
love it because I do the same.
एग्जैक्टली भाई. अब अगर बच्चे हैं, आपको पढ़ना है, आपको स्टडीज को करना, आपको इर्द गिर्द ससुराल की स्पेशली कोई बातें सुननी है, तो आप उसको हंस के भी सुन के पॉजिटिव रिस्पॉन्ड कर सकते हो. तो इट विल बी हेल्पिंग आउट आवर नर्व्स. वी विल बी हैप्पी. तो अगर मैं उसमें मुंह बना के बैठ जाऊं और कहूँ कि इसने मुझे ऐसा क्यों कहा, लोग क्या कहेंगे, द फर्स्ट थिंग, लोग क्या कहेंगे, मैंने अपनी जिंदगी से ये खत्म कर दिया है. क्योंकि लोग तो कहेंगे. तो मैं हर वो चीज करूंगी जो मुझे अच्छी लग रही है, मेरे बच्चों के लिए, मेरी फैमिली. द फर्स्ट एंड एंटायर मोस्ट थिंग इज माय फैमिली. So along with all these challenges, I can say I was blessed with a very nice husband. Typical Lahori, वो लाहौरी जो इस चीज में बड़ा शर्म महसूस करते हैं कि बीवी के साथ ये उठाया, बर्तन धो दिए, चीजें कर दी. Initially he was like a typical husband, बट बाय एंड बाय, बट मुझे बहुत ज्यादा वो चीज रखनी पड़ी कि उस शख्स की रिस्पेक्ट भी खराब ना हो. वो जो एक मर्दानापन हमारे अंदर होता है कि जी नहीं हम ये करेंगे तो कहेंगे कि बीवी के पीछे लग गया, ये वो चीज भी स्पॉइल ना हो. बट मुझे अपने ऑब्जेक्टिव को आगे लाना है, बिकॉज बोथ हैव टू वर्क टुगेदर. बच्चे पालना सिर्फ मेरी जिम्मेदारी या उसकी जिम्मेदारी
Yes,
नहीं है,
absolutely.
हम दोनों की है. इफ आई एम वर्किंग एंड ही इज नॉट वर्किंग, वो मेरे लिए घर में मेरे बच्चों को जो टाइम मिल रहा है वो मैं नहीं दे सकती हूँ जॉब की वजह से. मैं ट्रैवलिंग पे हूँ, तो वट ही इज डूइंग, ही इज टेकिंग केयर ऑफ माई किड्स एंड माई फैमिली जो उनके भी हैं. तो मैं नहीं मानती कि औरत और मर्द गाड़ी के दो पहिए हैं. मैं कहती हूँ औरत और मर्द पूरी यूनिवर्स हैं जिनको लेके हमने आगे चलना है. जेंडर रोल्स हमने किए हुए हैं.
Yes.
वही बात जो भी किसी ने की, मर्द बनो. भाई क्यों
बिल्कुल.
हम मर्द बने, हम मर्द को क्यों नहीं कहते कि औरत बनो. जिस तरह औरत मल्टीटास्किंग करती
हाँ.
है, ऑफिस से भी आई, किचन में भी गई, सुबह सुबह मशीन का भी लोड डाल दिया, खाना भी बन रहा है, टीवी भी देख रहे हैं, मोबाइल भी सुन रहे हैं. तो हम मर्दों को क्यों नहीं कहते कि औरत की तरह तुम भी इसी तरीके से काम करो, मल्टीटास्किंग. तो
एक्चुअली हम लोग इसके अंदर मैं थोड़ा सा ऐड करती हूँ जो आपने ये बात की है ना कि हम आदमियों और औरतों को क्यों ये नहीं कहते. अच्छा,
जी
आदमियों को थोड़ा सा अगर आप स्टडी करें ना तो दे आर वन थिंग फोकस्ड, वो एक वक्त पे एक ही चीज कर सकते हैं एज अ मैटर ऑफ देयर चीजें. बट औरतें चूंकि इतने मल्टी डायमेंशनल रोल्स होते हैं और इतने सारी चीजें होती है, तो उनका तो ऑटो ट्रेंड है वो कुदरत की तरफ
एग्जैक्टली.
से. एंड प्लस सबसे ब्यूटीफुल जो चीज है, टाइम मैनेजमेंट. टाइम
एग्जैक्टली
मैनेजमेंट औरतों में जो मैंने witness किया है थ्रू आउट माई करियर सिंस 2004 से लेके आज दिन तक कि वी आर वेरी गुड इन मैनेजिंग टाइम। और अब
एग्जैक्टली
ये जो कम्युनिटी की सर्विसेज भी जब हम करते हैं तो कम्युनिटी की सर्विस में भी वी हैव विटनेस्ड हम उधर जाना ज़्यादा पसंद करते हैं जहाँ पे हमें पता है कि टाइम पे शुरू होगा और टाइम पे ख़त्म होगा। जहाँ पे
बिल्कुल
टाइम वाले मामलात में थोड़ा ऊंच नीच है ना तो यू वुड से कि आई कांट मेक इट बिकॉज यू नीड टू फीड योर माने किड्स एट होम, यू हैव टू डू अदर थिंग्स, बहुत सारी चीज़ें आपने लाइन अप की होती है। तो हम प्लानिंग और एग्जीक्यूशन में ना कमांड रखते हैं, दैट्स द ब्यूटी ऑफ
एग्जैक्टली एंड
बीइंग अ वुमन। तो
हाउ
चूंकि
टू
जिस इंडस्ट्री
परसुएट
से आपका ताल्लुक है आप तो डेवलपमेंट सेक्टर में ज्यादा काम करती हो ना
जी
सबूई।
जी जी। तो मैं यहाँ पे यही बताना चाह रही थी कि इन सारे चैलेंजेस के बावजूद मैंने स्टार्टेड वर्किंग इन डेवलपमेंट सेक्टर और कोरोना में किसी वजह से जब मेरा कॉन्ट्रैक्ट एंड हो गया कि इंटरनेशनल ऑर्गेनाइजेशन से इट वाज द टाइम आई कैन क्राई आई कैन सिट डाउन आई कैन लीव एवरीथिंग बट आई डिडंट। मैंने ये फिर वही सोचा कि करना तो है और किसी तरीके से चलाना भी है। was also on our everybody's हमारे माइंड्स पे तो हर वक्त एक खौफ तारी रहता था बट I started concentrating on my gardening. Then I started my own pages and entrepreneur. And mashallah, now I'm running my pages entrepreneur, the gardening accessories and skincare, natural skincare products, along with my job. I'm working in an organization. The other thing is work-life balance. Aata hai challenge, but how you are catering it. My all bosses, alhamdulillah, they are very nice. But how you are telling them, like this is your time and you have to work. मुझे आज तक मेरे किसी इमीडिएट बॉस ने किसी टीम मेंबर ने मुझे नहीं रोका कि नहीं यू कांट डू इट। मुझे मेरे घर से मेरी फैमिली इमीडिएट फैमिली मेरे जो मेरे सन इन लॉज हैं मेरे हस्बैंड हैं उन्होंने मुझे कभी नहीं कहा यू कांट डू इट। इफ आई एम डूइंग माय बॉसेस माय फैमिली दे आर विद मी। तो मैं ये कहना चाहूंगी कि अगर चैलेंजेस हैं तो हमारे साथ वो स्ट्रेंथ्स भी हैं जो हमें आगे लेके जाती हैं। वो हमें तो नहीं कहते टाइम हमने मैनेज करना है। मैं सुबह अर्ली उठ के अपना कई दफ़ा काम कर लेती हूँ। समटाइम्स आई एम डूइंग इट एट मिडनाइट बट आई हैव टू मैनेज माय टाइम कि मेरे ऑफिस का टाइम भी रहे मेरे घर का टाइम भी रहे और मेरे जितने भी काम हैं और इर्द गिर्द जिन लोगों को मेरी ज़रूरत है आई कैन गिव माय टाइम टू देम बिकॉज एवरीबडी हैज सेम 24 आवर्स। We have similar brains, we have same 10 fingers which we have to use. किस तरह यूज करना है ये we have to think about it. तो मेरे ख्याल में इस तरीके से स्माइल वियर करें काम करें तो हम resilient होके इन चीज़ों पे काबू पा सकते हैं। although it's very painful, it's very hard to go through all these situations, but वही बात है कि हंस के करेंगे तो positivity spread करेंगे।
The journey, you know, इट्स easier said than done. फरियाल वो सबूही आपसे ब्रेक लूंगी तो थोड़ी देर का। फरियाल यू वांटेड टू लीव अर्ली तो आप अपना मुझे लास्ट मैसेज दे दो सो दैट यू कैन गो अहेड विद योर थिंग्स। फरियाल फरियाल
Yes,
हाँ जी आप अपना लास्ट मैसेज मुझे दे दें सो दैट यू कैन लीव। यू वांटेड टू लीव?
Yes, I'm so sorry. I just
please go ahead. Last message because मैंने
yeah. I think just what we can say from this platform would be that we need to make this our society specifically very much and more inclusive in terms of not only women but in terms of people with differences, transgender community, because accessibility and inclusion are one of the most important goals mentioned in a lot of SDG goals as well. And that's what humanitarian grounds also teaches us. So it's very important that in terms of being the agents of change and making changes in our sectors, in our workforces, and in the cities and communities we are working with, it's very important that if we can create a diverse and inclusive society, a community. And the second message I would like to say is it is always very important that we are active listeners with empathy, because sometimes people just do not need counselors or support, they just need somebody to empathetically listen to them or lend them an ear to listen to their problem. And
thank you
a lot of people think that mental illness is that, but that's what can be done on behalf of all the females in Pakistan.
Thank you very much, Faryal, for your precious
Thank you,
time. अपना
Naureen.
बहुत ख्याल रखिए and enjoy the day.
Thank you so much. Good luck.
Okay. अब you're most welcome. So अभी मेरे साथ एक और Niazi. So as soon as वो log in करती हैं तो फिर हम ले लेते हैं. अब जब तक वो नहीं आती हैं तब तक तो हम जो चल रहे हैं हम वैसे ही चलें. आप में से कोई अगर अपना इनपुट देना चाहता है, अरीज, अगर if you want to say something, Saman, if you want to say something.
Definitely, I think one thing that for us women, I mean, we're
Hadi.
the generation right now, we didn't have role models, female role models to look up to, and we learned on as we went along the way, how to dress, how to talk, that kind of thing. Especially in medicine, you need the good role models. So I think this is something we need to work on in grooming not only ourselves but our future generation, to teach, send them to leadership programs and everything. So when they come into the workforce, they're more comfortable. They're not walking on eggshells. Okay, if I talk like this, maybe it's going to be interpreted in the wrong way, or if I dress in a certain way, it will be interpreted in the wrong way. So let's start grooming them and giving them good role models that they can look up to or learn from. So I would like to.
One thing I also would like to add to this.
That's that's a very interesting point, Areej.
Yes, the same goes in our field also. I see when all these young graduates join in the offices very enthusiastically. I see them working very hard, and then I know, okay, in a couple of weeks or months or years, they will get married and they will face the same challenges that I did. So I make sure that I do tell them very politely, very aista aista se I do make up their mind that this will come ahead and how you should be dealing with it when it will come eventually. Because my mother was not a working mother; she was a housewife. I really had a difficult time to tell myself that I can give my time to my career also. Like I saw my mother working in the house, giving her 100% to the kids, and it gave me the feeling that I might be, उनके साथ ज्यादती कर रही हूँ अपने बच्चों के साथ कि मैं उस तरह का टाइम नहीं दे रही जिस तरह मेरी माँ ने हमें दिया था. But we need to learn, we need to tell each other that how to cope up with these challenges, how to divide your time, how to not feel guilty about it, and that's how we can prepare our younger lot.
Naureen, I would also like to add, I mean, something I think we didn't mention is to provide
इसमें
safe
एक चीज जो है ना
environments
मैं ऐड करना चाहती हूँ. Absolutely. Please go ahead.
Gee, I was saying a safe environment for women, whether it's in the workplace, ya bahir hai. This is something I think we all need to work on, and this goes for men, women, the older generation, ourselves. Safe environment. I mean, this is, I think, one of the biggest challenges that all females feel when they step outside the house. Okay, will we be safe? So I think that is one of the biggest challenges all females face.
They have to feel safe.
Yeah, exactly.
I also would support this.
Absolutely ऐसे ही. और हम लोग Summaya तो इसको firm practitioner है ना, because she's facing lot of, क्योंकि जो decision making, approval making domain में जो male हजरात हैं वो ख़वातीन के बहुत सारे options और जो कहते हैं ना जो suggestions होते हैं उसमें they say कि it is very expensive, let's do it next time. We can think about it at a later stage, which is wrong perspective. But the way we say it, क्योंकि हम थोड़ा सा by nature हमारी जो society ने हमें groom किया है घर से, अगर आप कह लें तो उसमें हमें यही बताया जाता है कि you don't have to speak in front of the men, और वो इतना ज़्यादा हमें बचपन से डराया जाता है कि हम कहते हैं कि अब मार्केट में हम कैसे बोलेंगे. That is a very very ये इस चीज़ का ज़्यादा हमारी पर्सनालिटी जब हम मार्केट में जाते हैं काम के लिए, तो उसमें हमें ये बहुत ज़्यादा पेश आता है. Now I have with me Nilofer is joined us. So Nilofer Gardesi is with us. Nilofer is going to be on the stage in next couple of seconds. There she is. Hello Nilofer, Assalamu alaikum. How are you?
Assalamu alaikum, Naureen. Thank you for having me. I'm good. How are you doing?
Very well. International Women's Day. Happy International Women's Day.
Happy International Women's Day to you all as well.
या आप बताइए अपने कुछ चैलेंजेस कोई फेस करते हैं या नहीं. अब एक्चुअली हम लोग जिस स्टेज के ऊपर आ गए हैं, हमें तो चैलेंज कोई मिलता भी है तो हम बड़ा एमिकेबली उसको सॉल्व कर लेते हैं. बट दिस इज फॉर द मैसेज कि कोई चैलेंज आपने फेस किया देन और उसको कैसे एमिकेबली सॉल्व कर रहे हैं, क्योंकि अगर हमें देख के कोई बोल सकता है कि हमें कोई चैलेंज फेस होता होगा.
Actually, the
जी
thing is
निलोफर,
कि
go ahead.
challenges. Thank you for having me on board. So the thing is कि challenges. So I think कि हर stage of professional life में you do face in your professional career. But having said that, the part of the organization that I am in, fortunately, it's a multinational organization. So corporate research investigations has its businesses all over the world. खूबसूरती इसकी ये है कि इसमें ख़वातीन की ज़्यादती है. मर्दों को हमेशा यही लगता है कि आपके ऑफिस में और आपके कॉर्पोरेट में ख़वातीन की मौजूदगी सबसे ज़्यादा है. It's a highly inclusive environment, and we have our offices all over the world. But having said that, coming to the question pertinently that you asked, if I face any challenges, honestly saying, now being the HR head of a company, I have to look more into the challenges faced by my employees in my organization, like at any level. So I am here to reduce their issues and solve their challenges. Per se, the glass ceiling effect, the glass lighting. Being a psychologist, I'll mention a few more things like in order to cater the gaslighting or the inadvertent biasness that is sometimes orchestrated towards the female employees of an organization, I believe that certain sort of policies, that microaggression policy or a gaslighting policy or a grapevine policy, and certain sort of open door policies that does not follow the typical linear hierarchy that management usually follows, works in for me and my organization. So having women on board like yourself, like Saman, like Areej, like Summaya and Saboohi, when we are at such positions in our organization, I think it is vital and pertinent for us to take care not of our own selves, but to devise certain policies and procedures that empower our female employees in our organization and provide them the maximum rights that we can, be the single mothers if they are, or they're married, or they have children, or they encounter such leave or any such issue. So being in HR, it's a very responsible position, not only for yourself, and if I encounter any such challenge myself. So I think you were right that we readily are ready in light of the sustainable development goals. We are empowered in a sense, in a way or the other, by many different organizations and by many different international policies. So जब तक हम खुद secure नहीं होंगे management level पे, I think it gets difficult to make your female employees secure at the same time in your organization. तो बड़ा ज़रूरी है इसके लिए कि जो आप किसी पोजीशन पे हैं, ख़वातीन हैं, empowered हैं, organizations में leading roles में हैं, सबसे पहले तो उनको खुद पते होने चाहिए कि गैस लाइटिंग और माइक्रो एग्रेशन पॉलिसीज के अंदर क्या होता है और किस तरीके से ख़वातीन के हकूक़ को बचाया जा सकता है. ह्यूमन राइट्स वायलेशन, जो वायलेंस एंड सेक्सुअल हरासमेंट एक्ट भी है इंटरनेशनल लेबर ऑर्गेनाइजेशन का 109 and 110. I recently did the certification in that too, just to know that ऐसे कौन से rules and regulations हैं जिनको हम अपनी organizations में imply करके अपने आप को भी और दूसरों को भी safeguard कर सकते हैं.
Absolutely,
Naureen,
absolutely. Thank
I
you
would
so
like
very
to
much,
say
Nilofer.
something, please. I
Please,
am
please
sitting.
go ahead.
I
Please,
am
please
sitting.
go ahead.
I'm sitting at my workplace at the moment. This is Dr. Zoya. She just came to me at the moment. And she sorted, and she said that head of the department has emailed you a document. Just go through it ASAP because it has been drafted by some male faculty member. And when they do something, it is full of mistakes, by the way. So it's again not gender biased, but still, we women are trusted more on
It
documents.
happens. It's understandable. Yes.
We women are
Okay,
trusted
so
more
Bhaiya,
with the
last thoughts
details.
de do again if you want to leave. Because
Yes, actually, last thoughts are just
we will be ending in next 8 minutes because hamara time up.
yes. The last thoughts are just that we should take our responsibilities rather than like putting the blame on men or on our
Yes.
surroundings. We should take the responsibility. This is enough of this fight. He's doing that. She's doing that. This is responsibility. No, just focus on what we can do, on what we have to do. Take your challenges and then just work on it. And trust me, on my journey, what I have seen is trust on Allah, work on yourself. Besides any political, sides or anything, मेहनत आप करें, कामयाबी अल्लाह देगा. And on that note, thank you so very much.
आमीन, जबरदस्त बात की है. अच्छा, अब इसमें before you leave, हम 6 स्क्रीन के ऊपर हैं. I would want you all to do this because this is the theme of this year. This is a symbol. Inspire inclusion. अगर सारे ये कर लें, मैं एक स्क्रीनशॉट लेना चाहूंगी. अगर सारे ये कर लें, this is heart. This is the heart. So it says दिल बड़ा कीजिए और आते जाते सबको माफ करें और बस आगे बढ़ें. जैसे आपने कहा सुमैया, थैंक यू वेरी मच एंड एंजॉय योर डे. और आप you can go ahead and do your task, whatever
Happy
you are
Women's
doing.
Day to
All
all
the
of you.
best. Love it. Thank you very much for joining. Yeah, thank you. Saman, I will take your, you were the first entry, so I'll take your last thoughts on this Women's Day. Inspire inclusion, दिल बड़ा कीजिए और आगे बढ़िए.
बिल्कुल, दिल बड़ा कीजिए इज़ वेरी एप्ट एंड अपनी अपनी फील्ड्स में अपनी अपनी यंगर गर्ल्स को हेल्प करें. Don't let them face the same challenges. Help them out how to cope up with all those challenges. And like Areej said, कि उनके लिए role model बने. Thank you for having me.
Thank you so very much, Saman. Have a great day. Thank you very much. Here, I want Dr. Areej Niazi to please give her thoughts.
My message for all the girls and women out there is be strong, believe in yourself. There's nothing that you can't do if you don't set your, once you set your mind to it, and do it like a female.
Do it like a female. This is a very nice message that you have given. It is added to our हमारी learning experience के लिए भी आपने बड़ा अच्छा बात किया है. And thank you very much, Areej, for sparing time. Give my regards to Yasser, and we hope to meet quite frequent, inshallah.
Definitely.
Take
Thank you so much.
care and have a great day.
Thank you.
Here I would request Saboohi. My pleasure.
Thank
Saboohi.
you. Ji,
Saboohi.
my message is there is nothing is impossible because the word itself is saying I'm possible. So women can do whatever you want to do with nicely, with with your inspiration to inspire others and include everyone with positive vibes.
Positive vibes. Very, very important. Positivity is the only way forward. Thank you very much, Saboohi. Give my regards to everybody around you. Thank you very much for sparing time.
Thank you.
फिर हमारे साथ फिर आ गए हमारे साथ निलोफर. जी निलोफर, क्या कहना चाहती हो? मतलब आपने बड़े इंटरेस्टिंग फैक्ट्स बताए मुझे, जो है मतलब जो लॉज आप बता रही है ह्यूमन राइट्स के हवाले से. दैट्स अ वेरी ब्रिलियंट, क्योंकि मैंने आपसे पहले चाइल्ड हरासमेंट की, जो चाइल्ड प्रोटेक्शन की डीजी हैं, शी इज वर्कड ऑन अ पॉलिसी एट द गवर्नमेंट लेवल 3 years के साथ. उन्होंने वो पूरा एक पॉलिसी डॉक्यूमेंट बनाया है एंड दैट इज़ वेरी मच, क्योंकि आपको पता है साइबर क्राइम और साइबर का बहुत ज़्यादा इशू है, बिकॉज वी आर टू मच ऑन सोशल मीडिया. एंड गर्ल्स बहुत ज़्यादा एक्सपोज हैं. तो अंडर दैट सिनेरियो वो गवर्नमेंट की तरफ से एक पॉलिसी और एक प्रोटेक्शन का काम हुआ है. तो उसकी डिटेल में मैं एक सेशन उनसे करूँगी व्हेनेवर शी इज़ फ्री. तो क्योंकि आज वो अनफॉर्चुनेटली शी कुड नॉट जॉइन अस बिकॉज वो प्राइम मिनिस्टर साहब की तरफ से एक अर्जेंट मीटिंग कॉल होगी. यू नो हाउ इट हैपन्स विद द गवर्नमेंट पीपल. आप बताएं निलोफर, बिकॉज थैंक यू वेरी मच, आप आई हमारे पास. और चैलेंजेस तो आपने बता दिए, अब एक्शनेबल आइटम्स क्या हैं? क्योंकि सबने बताया ना कि एक रोल मॉडल होना चाहिए, सारी चीज़ें, तो आपकी नज़र में क्या है?
अच्छा, मेरी नज़र में एक्शनेबल आइटम ये है कि एक बीइंग अ फीमेल, आई थिंक सबसे पहली बात तो ये कि यू स्टार्ट बीइंग रिस्पॉन्सिबल फॉर योर ओन सेल्फ. सो हैविंग सेड दैट, मैं अभी सुबह भी एक मैसेज दे रही थी अपनी कंपनी के बिहाफ पे और अपने बिहाफ पे सोशल मीडिया हैंडल्स के लिए कि व्हेन आई थिंक इट्स माय पर्सनल, आई मीन, थॉट that if a woman conducts herself with dignity, honor, and respect, be anywhere, anywhere in any part of the world, chances are very less that she will be exploited. So I think this comes down to an individually responsible female who plays less on a me too, and plays less on female empowerment or exploiting it. But I think her personal conduct is also very important and paves the way for it. और जो हम इसके लिए मिटिगेटिंग कोई प्रिंसिपल्स एंड रूल्स हो सकते हैं वर्क प्लेसेस पे, वो यही होते हैं. खैर इंडिविजुअल लेवल से अगर हम स्टार्ट करें तो वो ये है कि यू शुड डिफाइन योर क्लियर बाउंड्रीज. सो आपकी पर्सनल बाउंड्रीज ड्रॉ करना एंड मिनिमल डिजायर्ड एक्सेप्टेबल बिहेवियर्स को डिफाइन करना बहुत जरूरी होता है किसी भी रिलेशनशिप में, किसी भी वर्क प्लेस में, किसी भी कल्चर में. So when you say about women rights and women empowerment, and my last message for Women's Day, it is like define your personal boundaries, define your minimal desired acceptable behaviors that you would accept, and work on yourself. And I think stop blaming the males around you for that very thing. If unfortunately some instances occur, then you should have a very strong well-defined policies and procedures inculcated in your policy manual and procedural manual in line with the Harassment Act of International Labour Organization if you are in a corporate, or in light with the specific SDGs mentioned by the United Nations clearly.
Thank you very much, Nilofer, for joining us. Have a great, great day ahead, or keep supporting women as the way you're doing it. Thank you very much for coming in. So ये हमारे साथ थे brilliant panelist, और the theme, I'm in love with this year's theme, that is inspire inclusion. और सबसे ज़्यादा मुझे ये जो इन्होंने सिंबल बनाया है दिल बड़ा कीजिए, क्योंकि ये सिर्फ औरतों के लिए नहीं, मर्द हजरात के लिए भी बहुत ज़्यादा ज़रूरी है कि दिल बड़ा कीजिए. अगर वुमेन लीडरशिप इज़ देयर एंड शी इज़ ट्राइंग टू मेक अ डिफरेंस, तो उसको एक्सेप्ट कीजिए, उसके लिए रास्ते बनाइए. और क्योंकि जो वो मार्केट में आई है, वी बीइंग अ पाकिस्तानी एनवायरनमेंट एंड वुमेन ऑफ द ईस्ट, तो उसके अंदर एक बहुत बड़ी खूबसूरती है कि जहाँ पे हम ये देखते हैं कि ये औरत काम करना चाहती है और पॉजिटिविटी के साथ काम कर रही है. तो अल्हम्दुलिल्लाह द मेल मेंबर्स ऑफ वेजबी, द फादर, द ब्रदर, हस्बैंड, सन, ताया, चाचा, मामू, और द मेल कॉलीग्स ऑफ द इंडस्ट्री बहुत ज़्यादा सपोर्ट देते हैं. चूँकि मैं 2-4 बड़ी ही इम्पोर्टेंट कम्युनिटीज़, आई एम पार्ट ऑफ रावलपिंडी चेंबर ऑफ कॉमर्स एंड इंडस्ट्री, जहाँ पे मेरे मेल मेंबर्स जितने भी हैं, वे बी द प्रेसिडेंट, द करंट ऑफिस बेयरर्स, फॉर्मर प्रेसिडेंट्स, वो सारे ऐसा सपोर्ट देते हैं, कंड्यूसिव एनवायरनमेंट देते हैं वेयर वी कैन प्रैक्टिस जो कि हम कम्युनिटी के लिए करना चाहते हैं, बेहतरी के लिए, ख़वातीन एट लार्ज के लिए. सो दिल बड़ा कीजिए और इंस्पायर इंक्लूजन, कीप फ्लरिशिंग, कीप ग्रोइंग एंड स्माइल, because it makes you look good and it makes the environment around you also very positive. Have a blessed day ahead and keep watching CxO Global Forum का जो YouTube चैनल है उसको सब्सक्राइब कीजिए और Do share your ideas if you have any, so that हम उस पर बात कर सकें. Take good care and Allah Hafiz.